Is it just me, or is TikTok a more reliable source for the Black Lives Matter movement than the actual news is?
I honestly don't know what's bothering me more. My friends that are literally just going about their days and acting like nothing is happening, or the people that are posting that I know are very racist.
Every time people get called out for using the N-word, their go-to excuse is always freedom of speech. But when we use our freedom of speech to say Black Lives Matter, they want to get upset and say that by saying Black Lives Matter, we're devaluing the significance of other lives. But baby, we're not devaluing anything. Instead, we're only highlighting a group of people that are oppressed on the daily. And now that we're on that subject, by using the N-word, are you not devaluating and demeaning my people, my ancestors who were belittled? All right, sure, you're not ready for that conversation, are you, boo?
Okay, I wasn't gonna make a TikTok, but I need you guys to listen to my voice. This isn't a joke. The black community, especially, is always affected by voting machine issues. And right now, there are issues in black and brown neighborhoods in Georgia in 3 different locations, conveniently. This is not something new. This has happened in the past. It's happened in 2019, 2018 with long lines and technical difficulties, and it's happening right now. So please signal boost this, like, comment, and share. Tag everybody you know. We need to make sure we're on the phone and emailing these representatives to either do whatever we can to help alleviate any stress or prevent any issues that will come out of this.
A girl I used to babysit just texted me asking if she can go protest because she doesn't feel like she can watch this from social media anymore. She's also a half black girl like me. In fact, we look so similar that people thought we were siblings whenever I was babysitting them. And our families are so close, she calls me her sister. And she just texted me asking for information to protect her and her mom if they go to protest. She's in high school. Do you know what she should be doing? So if your kid has the luxury right now of being worried about boys and math tests and sports, I hope you know how privileged you are. If you think kids don't see this, if you think kids don't feel this, if you think kids aren't just as much as risk as everybody else, you're not paying attention. Because this is what this nation asks of black children. It asks too much of them.
Hi! If this is on your For You page, copy, link, comment, and like. Let's talk about being black in America. Okay, let's assume that you were black and you were born. This most likely means that your parents are black too. If that's the case, that means that you don't have generational wealth to pass down to you, mostly because they face systematic oppression and racism when work setting, to the point where they cannot be successful relative to either minority or majority group. This is very pertinent to your future because the school that you are going to attend most likely is funded through what's called property taxes, which basically means if you live in a middle or low economy neighborhood, your school is going to get funded with very small funding. This determines your future. You go to school and you realize the buildings are not very well made. You don't have ACT, SAT, college prep classes, to the point where you cannot be a good college candidate. Now, your family back at home is going to need some money, so you're going to go and find a job. Due to systemic racism issues that you face at school, you're probably going to feel like you can't graduate, so you have to do other things like drug dealing and robbery. Now, keep in mind, black neighborhoods are very much policed by police. I will make another part where I talk about how this is partnered to higher prison rates for minorities, specifically African American. I'll debunk the theory that African Americans are violent.
I remember when I lost my mind.
Black facts you didn't know because who was going to tell you? You already know by the look, let's talk about the Black Panther Party. The Black Panther Party was founded in 1966 in Oakland, California, and consists of young people under the age of 20, both men and women. They had many goals, but their main was to stop police brutality. Sound familiar? Their mission was also to serve the community. Co-founders Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale created the 10-point program. This was a program that was pretty much a mission statement for the Black Panther Party. I want you guys to Google this and read it. Also, quick fun fact, you guys know the meal plan that schools had for breakfast and lunch? When the Black Panther Party learned that kids do better in school when they have a good breakfast, they fed 20,000 children in their community weekly. So why does your racist grandpa call them terrorists? Well, in order to protect their neighborhoods, they patrolled the police. And baby, they were strapped. Unfortunately, starting in 1968, there were about 8 massive shootouts. But they were never for violence, only self-defense.
Media loves to paint African countries as these third world nations, but they always forget to tell people that our people aren't the only thing that colonizers stole. They also took cocoa and gold and made millions off of it. They finessed our natural resources, our artifacts. Now, parts of our history is spread across museums across the world, and there's things about my people that I'll never know. I remember when people used to tell me to go back to Africa and that we were monkeys. Now all of a sudden these monkeys are making music that you're dancing to. Cute.
I have no doubt in my mind that you've seen the videos circulating, you've seen the tweets, you've seen the posts on Instagram about the crisis that's overtaking the Black community. And if you are a person of color, or if you're white, and you have friends or TikTok creators that you like who are Black and you are not saying anything about this right now, I would like to let you know that silence is an act of violence against the Black community. Choosing to be neutral is choosing to be on the side of the oppressor, in the words of Desmond Tutu. And if you're against the looting, please know that no one wants the looting. No one wants the riot. It's just a last resort. MLK once said that a riot is the language of the unheard. Black people should not have to fear for their lives. I should not have to be afraid for my life to go on a walk in the evening. Yesterday I spent time crying because I don't want kids, but I do want kids. When I say I don't want kids, it's because I'm afraid of what will happen to them. I'm afraid of one day finding my kids on the news. I shouldn't have to worry about that. So if you stand with us, let us know. Sign petitions, use the hashtag. We need your help.
This headline does not surprise me. And let me tell you why. White followers, white allies, listen up because this one's for you. Way too many of y'all tend to pretend that racism is something exclusive to people on the right, to Trump supporters and that kind of thing. Nuh-uh. White liberal racism is perhaps more pervasive and more insidious than anything the right could cook up. This is why Martin Luther King said he was more afraid of the white moderate than the Klansman. Amy Cooper is the kind of person who votes for Obama and donates to Democratic Party and swears she's the least racist person she knows. But when push comes to shove, when she's in a situation where a Black person dares to tell her what to do, or she feels even the tiniest bit of her privilege being threatened, then she's right there on her phone screaming to the cops about how an African American man is attacking her. These are the wolves in sheep's clothing, and they are everywhere, my friends. You think Biden's racist gaffes are an anomaly? There's a whole host of wonderful, sweet white liberals who just love Black people. Just not in their neighborhoods or schools or general presence, but they love them. Stay woke.
I'm officially about to make my first crying TikTok. So I went out protesting today, and don't worry, it was safe, it was peaceful, and everything was fine. But one thing I didn't really expect to affect me as much as it did was seeing an 8-month pregnant Black mother protesting for the right of her unborn child and not being at all scared and probably having the most health risk out of everybody there. I need you to imagine not even having your child in your hands yet, but being so afraid that this world could take them away from you so quickly. I just need you guys to think about that.
Do you guys think that the people preaching All Lives Matter are going to do anything about the 118 people that went missing in ICE custody and the millions of Indigenous women that are going missing and the broken foster care system? I don't.
I think it's a little funny how society is so quick to implement new rules for how women should dress, but they don't want to teach boys how to be respectful. Like, if he's attracted to kneecaps and collarbones, I don't think I'm the problem.
Folks, do you want to know what the vibe is? Of course you do. Sing along. I'm not debating my right to live. I'm not debating my right to live. I'm not debating my right to live with you or anyone else. And I'm not debating my right to live. So if you think I should, block me if you could. Woo!
Rakia Boyd, 22. Pearly Golden, 93. Maya Hall, 27. Taisha Miller, 28. Ayanna Stanley Jones, 7. Tarika Wilson, 26. Kyam Livingston, 37. Frankie Perkins, 37. Eleanor Bumpers, 66. Chantel Davis, 23. Marissa Alexander, 31. Sandra Bland, 28. Brianna Taylor, 26. I love you.
Okay, I need to come in here and say something. A lot of people have, like, been in my comments talking about some, like, why are you just now talking about the Black Lives Matter movement and all that kind of stuff. People, I just started a full-time job, and I promise you, I can protest for civil rights, but I cannot protest these bills. I'm out here signing petitions, I'm out here donating, but on my own time because, again, I have a job. I'm 19, y'all, and I just started this job, and it's taking up all my time. I've only been working there for like a week. Please let me be. Please. At the end of the day, I'm supporting the Black Lives Matter movement because I support the Black Lives Matter movement, not because y'all want me to support the Black Lives Matter movement. Period. Because I promise you, a lot of y'all's favorite creators and a lot of y'all's favorite celebrities are out here supporting the Black Lives Matter movement now because they think it's a trend. If you go through any of my social media, I've been on it. And there's a lot of creators on here that have been on it. And that's it. Carry on.
Racial inequality means no American dream for me. I know you say I need to work hard, even though I do, I can't get the job. And if I get the job, I'm the lowest paid, cause I'm black, a woman, and a corporate slave. Now that's race relations in the modern day. So believe me when I say racial inequality means no American dream for me.
All right, baby, let's be absolutely clear. Going out to protest does not absolve you of racism. Marching and chanting Black Lives Matter is not the same as interrogating your whiteness or confronting your anti-blackness. It is simple to look at the racism of policing in America and think that you found the enemy, but white supremacy is far more devious and ingrained in your understanding of the world than you give it credit. I'm glad that you finally agree that they should stop killing us, but have you thought about how the microaggressions you commit daily dehumanize us? Have you repented from appropriating and fetishizing our bodies and cultures? Are you aware of how you've weaponized white fragility in your workplace? Do you understand how your disbelieving defensiveness anytime that you're implicated in white supremacy is violent? Did you think that there might be things that you should not do or say while protesting? Have you considered how the way you show up might further disrespect or endanger the black lives you say matter, or is this all performative for you? Are you just doing this so when quarantine's over you can say, obviously I'm not racist, I was out there fighting for you? Will you still be fighting for us behind closed doors? Will you show up for the small everyday battles of anti-racism, or just the ones where you can get a pic on Instagram? Am I happy so many of y'all are out here? Yes, but am I gonna let you piggyback off a revolution for clout? Absolutely not.
Just leave me for somebody else.